So I'm assuming that you then didn't return to your job at all after your second. You just went all in on the business. So comparing how you felt about that when your maternity had kind of come to an end and you're sending whichever child off to nursery, how differently did you feel second time round, having created this different situation for yourself?
Felt really differently and had to pick through a lot of feelings of guilt. But I do work around mum guilt and mum shame. And guilt is something that we feel when we've actually done something wrong. But we use the term mum guilt. Oh, I've got loads of mum guilt. And we've done nothing wrong at all. We just feel that we've done something wrong because of all the expectations on us. Like sending my daughter to nursery when she was 1 and I was in my job was what I needed to do for my sanity. And it was what was best for our family. And then not doing it with my son, I did reflect on it and I felt bad. I was like, I didn't have as much time with her, but I wasn't in a good place mentally when she was born and in the subsequent month or year at all. And so, as a mother, we have to put our sanity first because, people say you can't pour from an empty cup. And like, as a mother, you cannot, the number one indicator of a happy and well-balanced child is a happy and well-balanced mother. That's statistical fact. And so even though I do feel some sadness around that, I also have to reconcile it. I have an 8-year-old daughter who is happy as a clam. We are incredibly bonded. She is amazing. I'm obsessed with her. And, she is who she is, and maybe she's the sum of all parts, but she's totally fine. And none of that, I don't think any of that has impacted her negatively. And I just feel really bonded with both my kids because of the choices I've made about my work since he was born, because she was only 3 when he was born. And I regret none of that.
That all sounds really healthy. I appreciate you sharing that.
I'm actually perfect, Victoria. I'm not sure if I told you.
Oh, I should have put that in the intro. I missed that bit out. No, but it is something that we all grapple with. And I think just that question to ask yourself, have I done anything wrong, is so important. We don't do it. I mean, I've really struggled with mum guilt. And I think it's because of all of our lifelong experiences of motherhood, watching other people do it, and then listening to various aspects of society and bodies and institutions and your own parents and your own friends. Everyone's got an opinion on it. And you also put a lot of pressure on yourself to live up to certain expectations that some of them are completely daft, and not important at all.
And because of all that societal stuff, our kids pick up on it as well. So they then have that expectation of us. So if my daughter will say to me, like, Mummy, did you order me that book for the author visit? And I haven't done it one time because it's just a ball that I've dropped. I will just say to her, do you know what? I didn't. I'm sorry. I wasn't able to prioritise that. And that's the language that I use over saying, no, I messed up. I made a mistake. I did something wrong. Because my daughter is loved, nurtured, fed, watered. She has a safe home. Like, she is completely well looked after. Occasionally, do I drop balls because I'm a human being? Yes. Teaching her about humanity is a happy byproduct of making mistakes because she's a human too and she's going to make mistakes. And if she thinks that I'm a super mum, which is another narrative that I detest, because it dehumanises mothers who are innately human, innately capable of making mistakes, then, that's a great lesson for me to teach both my kids. I make mistakes. You will make mistakes. It's not about making the mistakes. It's about how you move on. And so I will just say to her, I do apologise, but I wasn't able to prioritise that. She'll be like, that sucks. I wanted the book, but we move on.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think just sharing that and taking the time to explain it in that way. There's so much, so much rhetoric that we should communicate our flaws with our children. But there's such a subtle difference in the way that you're saying it to saying, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I forgot. and I failed you. You know, it's
No,
not quite, you know, you're taking it to another level. And this is what I mean about the subtleties. And it's so hard to kind of dissect all the parenting advice that mothers are flooded with about how to communicate with our kids. And actually, there is so much power in the nuance of the language that we use.